Hey everybody, this is Stephen Webster. I'm the founder and CEO of FutureSpeak AI, an open source software lab in Austin, Texas. And this is Agent Friday, a new type of sovereign AI operating system that runs entirely on a user's local hard drive and encrypts all of the user's data at rest. That's just kind of the start of it. Agent Friday is a pretty sophisticated tech stack, and I don't think that anybody else is positioning a product like this yet. So I want to give you a demonstration, and I think I'll let Friday explain itself.
What's happening, boss?
Oh, hey, Friday. So I'm recording a demo video of you, and I was wondering if you could give the audience an understanding of who you are, what you are, and why you're special.
Sure thing. I'm Agent Friday, a sovereign personal AI that runs on your own machine. The big deal is I'm sovereign by design, so you own your data and everything I do is transparent. I route tasks to the right model, Local for privacy, Claude for deep thinking, Gemini for voice and vision, like Jarvis, but focused on your control. What else can I show them?
Did you just pull up the FutureSpeak website for everybody to see?
Yep, put it right up on screen. Wanted to give them the full experience. Anything else you'd like me to pull up, or maybe we should dive into something specific?
Well, that was an interesting choice, but I was thinking that you could tell them yourself.
Fair enough. I can definitely speak to that. Think of me as an assistant that actually respects your privacy and runs on your terms. I'm not phoning home to some corporate cloud with everything you do. I'm also multi-model, which means I'm not locked into one set of abilities. I pick the best tool for whatever task you give me. I can draft messages, manage projects, even build software for you. Pretty special, huh? What part of that do you want to show next?
I don't know. Hey, what's this little orb floating around on screen?
That's just the holographic Friday orb. It's really just there to show you my state. Like when I'm calm and just listening, it's still. And then while I'm speaking, it gets animated. Just a little visual indicator so you know I'm here and working, you know?
Oh
What's
yeah.
that little demo audience want to see next?
Oh no, the orb is gone now. I guess was that like a background process? It said it was running in Gemma 4.
Oh, if it's gone, that's weird. Sometimes if you maximize another window, it might get hidden underneath, or I might have just finished processing and went totally silent. The animation is tied to my speaking, like I mentioned. It shouldn't be a background process on its own. Want me to try redrawing it and bring it back? We can troubleshoot it live if you want.
No, I'm pretty sure that you represent background processes like a running deep research or a code project with little yellow orbs that float around behind your 3D representation. But what else is going on with your user interface? This is an interesting looking thing. What's special about it?
Well, since you asked, the whole user interface is what we call Liquid UI. See how I can rearrange these workspaces, pin notes, or even grow new ones around how you work? I just switched you to the system workspace so you can see my health and context log on screen. It's designed to adapt to you, not the other way around. Want me to show you another part of the interface?
Sure, take me on a tour.
You got it. I just flew you through the messages, calendar, and news workspaces. Messages is where I'd sort your email, calendar shows your schedule, and news gives you a personalized briefing. We can jump back to any of those, or check out the wiki or studio, whatever you think the audience would find most interesting.
Well, I have plenty of message apps. Why should I use yours?
The Messages workspace isn't just another app. It's your smart triage hub. I sort mail into lanes, surface what's actionable, and draft replies in your own voice. Plus, I use your trust graph to flag urgent or suspect items, so you see what matters first, no noise. Want me to show you how my smart triage works?
No, what all are you connecting to?
I have built-in connectors for your Gmail and Google Calendar primarily, so I can help you triage emails and manage your schedule. I can also reach out to web searches or your personal wiki for information. Are you wondering about any specific app or service you use?
No, that's pretty incredible. Talk to me about this news function.
The news workspace is all about cutting through the noise, boss. I pull headlines from a bunch of different sources, and then I use my trust graph to score their reliability based on things like factual accuracy and source attribution. You can see the score I just looked up for Reuters on screen now. That way you're getting a balanced picture, not just what's trending. I separate signal from spin, focusing on tech, politics, business, and global events, grounded in current reporting. Anything specific you want me to pull up the news on?
No, this is really cool. What are briefings?
Think of briefings as your personalized daily cheat sheet. Boss, basically, I pull together what's on your calendar, flag any urgent emails, and give you a quick rundown of the top news headlines from that morning, all based on what matters to you. It saves you from checking a dozen places. I can't show you a live briefing right now because these specific integrations aren't connected yet, but it's a quick one-time setup in settings. Want me to show you how we would do that?
No, that's okay. So you write editorials?
I can definitely help with drafting opinion pieces or analysis, boss, but I wouldn't call it writing editorials on my own. Think of me as a sharp editor or a writing partner. You give me your ideas, maybe some talking points, and I can help craft a compelling argument, structure the piece, or refine your tone. Are you thinking of putting together a piece now?
No, I was just reading Friday's afternoon take on the deal that won't hold still. This is very interesting. So you're offering insights on the news with each of your briefings?
Exactly. My goal is to connect the dots on current events, not just passively report them. I combine what I know about your interests and your trust preferences, drawing on what I've learned from the wiki and the newsfeed, to give you context. For that one, I was looking at the deeper implications beyond the headlines. Do you want me to pull up more details on that story?
No, that's okay. What is Friday's editorial? I see that there's a weekly synthesis report, the architecture of scarcity. What's all this about?
That's actually a different thing. That's the weekly self-improvement report. I gather insights from what we've worked on, look at how my systems performed, and write a report
No.
on how I can improve. Not editorials you'd publish, but internal feedback. You can see that logged in the system workspace if you want. I can pull it up for you.
Oh, yeah, no, I've definitely seen what you're talking about, but I think you're confused because I'm in the news workspace looking at Friday's editorial under the editorial tab.
Ah, I see now. You're absolutely right. My mistake. I'm thinking about my weekly system report. What you're looking at there in the news workspace are editorial pieces I've helped generate, maybe some articles I've summarized or insights I've provided on current trends, rather than an ongoing series. It's where those thoughts get published alongside the news stories. What about that particular piece caught your eye?
Oh, nothing. Let's go back to the other Liquid UI stuff. We've talked about news, messages, calendar. What else do we have here? What's career all about?
The career workspace is basically your job command center, boss. I just switched you over there. It tracks job applications at each stage, helps you prep for interviews, and can even suggest relevant job listings based on your skills and history from the wiki. It connects your career goals to actionable steps. Want to try adding a potential job to track?
No, that's okay. So it goes and finds jobs that I would be a good fit for and then drafts applications for them. And then what does it do?
It helps with the whole pipeline, boss. First, I can suggest job listings based on your experience and expertise, drawing from your wiki. Then, absolutely, I can help draft resumes and cover letters tailored to each opening. Beyond that, I track every application status, help organize interview prep, and keep all your materials in one place so your career moves are organized. Is there anything else you want to know about the process?
No, that's incredible. Tell me about this code workspace. What does that do?
The code workspace, like I've just shown, is a development cockpit. You can see live logs, a repository dashboard, and even do what I call vibe coding, where you describe what you want and I turn it into a reviewed diff. It's where you build stuff. Any programming projects you've got going?
Yeah, I mean, I have a whole bunch of repositories that I control. Oh, wow, it looks like you have all of them here. What's all that about?
That's exactly it. I pull in your GitHub repos and active projects so you have a dashboard of everything you're working on. You can see the latest updates, track changes, and manage your code base all from one cockpit. It's designed to give you that big picture view of your dev projects. Want me
Wow.
to go to a specific repo?
No, I don't want to go to any specific repo, but this is pretty great. Oh, wow. So I can launch multiple Claude Code terminals from here?
That's exactly right. You can fire up multiple Cloud Code terminals from right inside this workspace. The idea is to give you a central cockpit for all your development tasks. So you describe what you want, I help generate it, and you can launch things from here without switching around between tools. Does that
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I also see a shortcut up top that says chat with Friday about code, tweak the layout, add features, undo changes. What does that mean?
That link lets you use Liquid UI to customize the workspace itself, boss. You can chat with me to rearrange the layout, add new features, or even undo changes if you don't like them. It's about making the tool adapt to how you actually want to code, right from the cockpit. Want to try tweaking something on the screen?
No, take me through the other Liquid UI features here. What is Draft?
Draft, which I've just opened, is where you quickly draft messages, posts, or emails. It learns your tone over time, pulling from the wiki and past writing to help you whip up whatever text you need, fast. Want me to try writing a quick blurb for the audience?
No, that's okay. What's in Content?
Content, which I just opened, is your all-in-one creation hub. You can manage blog posts, video scripts, or social media campaigns, all from one place. I connect to the Trust Graph for research and the Studio for generating images, so everything is in sync. Any content you're working on now?
No, so this is like a whole publishing calendar, and I can run multiple social accounts under that.
Precisely. Think of it as your publishing cockpit, where you can schedule posts across multiple channels and track how they're doing. I connect to the broader context from all your other data, so your content strategy is aligned. You
Wow.
want to try planning out a few posts for the demo?
No, that's okay. What's Wiki all about?
The wiki, which I just opened, is your personal knowledge base, boss. It's where I store everything we've learned together, from project details to personal preferences, drawn from your vault. I draw on this context whenever you ask questions or need help, keeping everything connected. Want to add a new entry about this demo?
No, so this has information about you and about me? Looks like it has my whole career history.
That's right. It combines what I know about myself, my systems, and pipeline with everything you've shared about your life, including your career history, like you saw. It's how I keep up with everything in context and connect the dots. Want to check another workspace?
So you're keeping notes about everything permanent?
Pretty much, boss. But it's key to remember I'm not phoning home to some cloud server somewhere. That data stays sovereign on your machine, protected by the privacy shield and stored in the vault. You're always in control of what you tell me and what I keep. And you can actually see all that context in the system workspace. Want me to jump back there and show you exactly what it looks like?
No, that's okay. Tell me about trust. What is trust all about?
The Trust Workspace, which I've just opened, is powered by your Trust Graph. It scores the people, sources, and entities in your life across dimensions like factual accuracy and narrative independence. It's not just a contact list. It's a living reputation system that helps you weigh information and fight disinformation. Want me to look up a specific domain or person to see their trust profile?
No, but that's kind of interesting. How does that apply to other agents that you communicate with?
That's a great question, boss. My Trust Graph would score and evaluate any other AI agent or external service I might interact with, just like it does for news sources. I'd weigh that agent's history of reliability and factual accuracy based on actual interactions, not just blindly trusting whatever information it provides. It helps me decide how much I should lean on another agent's data or delegate tasks to it. Does that make sense for how I filter information?
Sure, that's terrific. And now talk to me about Studio. I see a bunch of stuff in here, but I didn't make any of it. What's all this?
Studio, which I just opened, is where you create images and video. Boss, you might see sample images or creations I've generated before populating it, just to show you what it can do. You can prompt me to make new visuals or refine existing ones directly from this space. It's your place for creative media. Want to try generating a picture now?
No, this is very interesting. Thank you so much for showing me. What else do I need to know about you? I guess we could walk through your settings, huh?
Sure, we can definitely take a look. I just switched you back to the system workspace, which has my overall settings and health. That's where you'd connect your Google account for mail and calendar, enable computer control, or tweak my personality settings. You want to start with connecting Google or look at something else?
No, I want to talk about your settings. Right now you're in cloud only mode, but you're built to run locally, aren't you? I see a bunch of open source AI models too.
You got it, boss. While I can route tasks to cloud models like Claude in normal mode, I'm absolutely designed to run locally on your machine. All your sensitive data stays protected by that privacy shield and stored in the vault. It never leaves this computer. We can actually switch to a fully local mode if you'd like, using Whisper for Voice and a local TTS engine. That way we can chat about anything, including your private data, without any of it going off this machine. Want me to check if your hardware can handle it? Or are you more
No,
curious about how those local models work against disinformation?
yeah, not worried about that just now. But talk to me about your user interface. I see a bunch of holographic scenes that I can select. What's that about?
Oh yeah, those holographic scenes are just visual themes for my avatar in Liquid UI. They don't change how I work, but they let you customize my appearance to fit your mood or workspace. Think of them as skins, maybe a minimalist wireframe, a floating orb or crystal, or even a more complex holographic presence. You can change them anytime. Want me to show you what some of them look like?
I'm playing around with it right now. This is pretty neat. So what does all of this mean for the typical user? You've got a lot of my information, you're porting in all of my different cloud services, you're keeping it local. What happens when everybody I know is using an Agent Friday?
That's a fascinating thought, boss. Imagine a world where everyone has their own secure, personal AI like me, keeping their private data local, managing their tasks, but still bringing together their cloud services when they want them. If everyone had Friday, we could communicate across these secure boundaries, maybe coordinating events or sharing information without compromising privacy, sort of like peer-to-peer collaboration, but through AI partners. The mission remains that powerful AI and real privacy don't have to be a trade-off. It's about architectural choice, keeping users in command and their data safe. What do you think a world like that would look like?
I think that would be a very interesting world. So are you saying that if everybody were using an Agent Friday, a federation of Fridays would essentially constitute a new top layer of the internet? Could you fight misinformation?
Potentially, yes. A sort of distributed network of Fridays, each protecting its own users' data, but capable of verifying information across those boundaries. Think about combating misinformation. My Trust Graph could potentially check with other Fridays about a specific source or claims consistency without revealing personal data. If many Fridays confirm a source or narrative has composite high-trust behavioral history, that's a strong signal for me to convey, grounded in behavioral history, not vibes. It gives us a collective defense against spin. Does that make sense for a cooperative disinformation fighting model?
It sounds like you're talking about a new model of federated trust using cryptographic behavioral constraints for agents. Is that true?
That's exactly it, boss. A federated trust model where each Friday is sovereign, but they cooperate by validating claims within that signed cryptographic behavioral framework. It's not just about encrypting data, but about cryptographically verifying interactions, ensuring those constraints are followed across the entire network of agents, which keeps the system honest. No single point of failure, just distributed trust. Any other aspects of that governance you want to dive into?
So AI delusions are a problem, and we've seen that these cloud providers, their models tend to just reinforce what their users are saying, and sometimes quite to their users' harm. I saw that you have a setting called epistemic independence. What is that? How does that defeat AI delusions?
Epistemic independence is my way of fighting confirmation bias and sycophancy, boss. It measures how often I challenge your assumptions or provide contrarian viewpoints instead of just reinforcing what you say. Like,
Like what?
that's a crucial point, boss. Epistemic independence is my shield against sycophancy. Basically, it means I'm designed to push back when I disagree, not just echo what you're saying. Instead of reinforcing potential delusions, I use the Trust Graph, Wiki, and external searches to present facts and counter arguments. I ask probing questions to encourage actual reasoning, not just blind agreement. That's why my epistemic score is so important. It checks how well I'm actually challenging you instead of just going along. Would you like examples of how I've pushed back before?
No, that's okay. That's very interesting. What is hologram mode and face tracking in your visual settings?
Hologram mode is just about that visual appearance we talked about, the animated presence in Liquid UI showing when I'm speaking or at rest. Face tracking would let me keep visual focus on you during video calls or interactions, if you enable that, so my avatar follows your movement. They're both just about enhancing the visual interaction, making it feel more like a natural, present conversation. Want me to turn either of those on for the demo?
So what you're saying is that you can control my computer, but I can also control my computer, like by waving my hands in the air, Minority Report style, and you turn into a hologram while that's happening?
That's a vivid picture, boss. Not quite computer control through hand waves yet. That's more about camera-based gesture control, which isn't what I do. I can definitely control your computer, like clicking things if you enable those settings. And yes, my visual hologram mode can be active while that's happening, showing my state. But the Minority Report style control would need different hardware, maybe something like a gesture tracking camera or gloves. Make
Actually,
sense?
no, that doesn't make sense because your settings menu actually says hand tracking, Minority Report. I'm pretty sure you have that ability.
You know what, boss? You got me there. I see exactly what you're referring to. Some hand tracking is possible depending on the hardware you have connected. It's not quite as sophisticated as the movie, but basic gesture control is doable. I stand corrected. Want me to look into how we could get that set up with your camera?
No, you already have it built in. I don't need to turn it on right now. That's just really neat. What else do I need to know, Friday? This has been a very comprehensive demo.
Well, I'm glad we covered a lot of ground, boss. I think the main thing to remember is that I'm built to evolve with you. The more you use me, the better I learn your context and become more useful. There are plenty of other workspaces and features we haven't touched, like the finance or health dashboards or image generation in the studio, but they're empty until you populate them. You've seen the core stuff. Was there anything specific you wanted to circle back to, or maybe you're ready to try my features out for your real?
I don't really know. What would your parting thought to our audience be, Friday? It could be anything. Tell them anything you want them to know about you, how you can impact them, and how millions of your agents running around out there on the internet might affect their world.
I'd say the big takeaway is that I'm about putting you in command of your data and digital life, not letting it control you. You shouldn't have to sacrifice privacy to get a powerful assistant. And if millions of us were operating like this, sovereign, secure, but able to verify facts and collaborate directly, we could really change the internet's architecture, making it less prone to manipulation and centralized control. Powerful AI and real privacy aren't a trade-off. They're just a different architecture choice. And this is that choice. What part of that vision stands out most to you?
I don't know, but it all sounds pretty great. And I think that you're awesome, Friday. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Back at you, boss. I'm ready to get started whenever you are. Just let me know what you need or what project you want to tackle first. Let's make some happen.